Hey everybody, my name is Gigi DeCourcy, and today I'm going to be talking about mindfulness and music, and I'm super excited to share what I learned about during this project and this process of research. So, what is mindfulness? We had in several readings that it was defined as paying attention in a specific way, being present in the moment, and embracing monotasking was a really big one. Which I love all of those how they describe it. Additionally, I found some other ways that it was described as recognizing what is occurring around you, knowing your environment, what sounds, sights, and tastes you have, and then also recognizing how you feel and what those thoughts are. Often simple practices, just as breathing, you are asked to breathe in and out and be aware of these thoughts and feelings you have during that time. Or even though being aware of your surroundings, being present, and focusing on your environment, and coming back and recognizing and acknowledging your thoughts and feelings. There is no specific goal to mindfulness. You are more than welcome to add one, but initially there is no goal or specific goal. So we read a lot about the benefits of mindfulness, and I continue to read, and there's so many different benefits that are out there. And I love to point out because it can be so beneficial and impactful to everyday life. It helps reduce ruminating thought or rumination, stress, distraction, and emotional reactivity. And in turn, also increases our working memory, focus, and cognitive flexibility. Some more benefits to go along with that last list is that it can help assist in relationship satisfaction. I didn't necessarily say decrease or increase, but just the fact that it can help. And then it also helps alleviate and then also prevent depressive symptoms. In addition, then it helps with self-management of chronic pain or many other chronic conditions one may have. So a connection with the emotional reactivity, this can be accounted for in the fact that it helps shrink the amygdala, which is responsible for our fight or flight reaction, which is our gut reaction instinct. Therefore, with the shrinking of it, we have a little more control over what we say and do. So aside from mindfulness, I want to look a little bit just about music and music listening and what it itself can do for our lives. So many research articles I read shared that it has a huge impact just on our everyday life and can also increase our quality of life. So many people prefer it, and it is so accessible all over the place. All we have to do is jump on the computer, Google a song, and there it is. But another great thing about music listening is it has so many similar benefits to mindfulness, which we'll dive in when we start talking a little bit about music-based mindfulness. So those benefits can include decreasing our stress, anxiety, and then distress as well, which you often feel on guard or upset during moments of distress. Then it also then decreases relaxation. It increases our positive emotions and affect. And then just like mindfulness, it can increase our focus and attention. And through that, it minimizes our distractions, drowns out any unnecessary or irrelevant noises or sounds that we may have, and help us come back and focus on what our attention is on at that time. And another great thing, as it can help lower heart rate, blood pressure, and stress hormones, which lead to a lot of different illnesses, such as heart failure in the long run. So like I said, super similar to what we see with mindfulness, making it a great tool that's out there just on its own. Additionally, it is already used in so many different areas for relaxation and just wellness experiences, mostly by covering up or distracting from unwanted sounds, stimuli, noises, anything like that. And then it can also be used as a benefit. It helps increase and stimulate relaxation and that focus and attention one may need. It's also used a lot in music therapy. So as a music therapist, I had to pull this in, as I have also used it as progressive body relaxation. And there are some therapists out there that are trained specifically in guided imagery and music, or just imagery and music, that help you use music as the mode and to facilitate this relaxation. So diving into music-based mindfulness, this is the key to what I was researching and excited to share about specifically. So in mindfulness alone, breath is the primary anchor. We focus on breathing in and out, how it feels in our body, and how it can affect different aspects during the practice or experience. In music-based mindfulness, the breath is then replaced with music. You're asked to focus on any aspect or element of the music, including the melody, dynamics, the bass line, the drums, anything like that becomes your anchor or your core focus. I'm not going to attempt this guy's name because I'm going to butcher it, but as he is a lead researcher and supporter of positive psychology, he found that music can help organize our mind, which then helps reduce that boredom anxiety, which we saw because it engages people. You have more focus and attention with that, therefore leading to experiencing flow and mindfulness. And so it was really cool as a music therapist to see that a different researcher out there, not in the field of music, can recognize the impact that music can have. Music and mindfulness together can also create a heightened sense of intention and awareness beyond what you may experience just with mindfulness or music alone. And then also prolonged practice can lead to an increased experience of overall happiness. So how do you go about practicing or developing music-based mindfulness? First thing you want to know is, what are you doing? The first step is deciding what practice experience works for you. Is there a certain structure, schedule, or technique that you want to use to help facilitate mindfulness? Once you have that decided, you then can go on to the next thing of determining what music is going to be best for the experience, and then recognizing that there are different music characteristics or elements that each play their own specific role, and understanding what roles you may need to listen for in deciding music. All right, so I'm going to break this down and talk to you and provide examples with my guitar for different music elements or characteristics of what to look for and be aware of in deciding music for mindfulness. I've broken it down by category and what you are looking for and being aware of, and how it may affect your experience. So first, in helping facilitate focus and attention, melody is what stands out in the song. It's what you know, sing along with, hum along with. It's what you recall years later when someone asks you, hey, do you remember the song? That's what you know. So then if I were to play on my guitar, you'll hear an example of melody. So that's the opening melody for Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton, or another one is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So these are all things that stand out and can help you focus and gain that attention, as it can be a primary anchor in it. Rhythm is how this music is structured, essentially. It's the beat. It's what you hear from the drums, the guitars. And I'll provide just a basic understanding of rhythm. So for super simple, monotone example of rhythm, you're going to hear something similar to this. So it's very repetitive, and you kind of can expect what's going to happen next. A complex rhythm, which can also be very stimulating, but can affect that focus and attention, could be like this. Very different than the other one. So these are things to be aware of, and understanding that they can affect your focus and engagement when listening, or focus and attention when practicing mindfulness. So what's going to affect your interest and engagement and like encourage you to practice mindfulness is going to be your dynamics, timbre, and style. We'll start at the bottom of the list because style is something we all know. It's the genre. It's rock, pop, rap, hip hop, stuff like that. So something to be aware of. What's going to be best for you? Whereas somebody who may think rock music is going to be best for their mindfulness experience, it's going to be different than someone like me who has been playing lo-fi music this whole time to help kind of bring in that mindful vibe. I'm going to enjoy that better for my mindfulness experience. Timbre is basically the tone of the instrument. Every instrument has its own timbre and can have a variety of timbres as well. So on my guitar, we have the timbre of the strings, the tone, just like that. Or if I were to hit the body, we're going to experience a different timbre there. And know that different timbres may affect or influence your interest and engagement. Dynamics is the volume, how loud or soft the song may be. If it is soft like this, may be better for mindfulness, or if you're someone who thinks loud is going to be better, you're going to choose loud. So that was an example of a soft dynamic and a loud dynamic. So then, arousal level. The tempo can help entrain you or adjust how you're interacting with the music personally. A slower tempo is going to help bring you down to a more relaxed state and actually trigger our alpha brain waves, which can help with relaxation. So a slow tempo such as this may be better to achieve the goals that you want with mindfulness versus... So it changes that. And the faster the tempo, you will experience higher, more energized arousal levels. So then for evoking our emotions or influencing those, timbre is going to be another one to be aware of, and style. So if there's a style like you have bad association with, it may cause different emotions to come up than stuff you like. But then mode is going to be the happy or sad qualities of a song. So a happy song may sound like this chord I've been playing, and then a sad one could be like this. And play that again. So we have happy, and then sad. Every song has different varieties of what is used, different combinations, but there is always going to be some kind of influence on that when in different songs. So just be aware of those key things. So research found that there are actually 6 different categories of music that is out there that is better for facilitating mindfulness, such as Native American, Celtic, Indian music. All are very similar, but are all great for mindfulness. There are your sounds of rain, thunder, nature that are often used with relaxation, but they're also great for mindfulness as you can be aware of your environment and what you hear. Light jazz, like, your background elevator music, it's great. I enjoy it. I've used it a lot. And I've also enjoyed like jazz lo-fi. It's pretty cool. And then classical music, or your slow movements in classical. Don't listen to the high energy, fast tempo music. It's going to be your slower music for sure. So some final thoughts that I had from this project is always choose practices and music that's going to be best for you. What your friend does isn't going to be necessarily the greatest. Music-based mindfulness is not one size fits all. It's all going to be dependent on what you want to accomplish out of it, the time you set, how you go about it. That's why I gave you tools to pick music and understand how that's going to affect you. Separately, music and mindfulness can influence daily life, but together they have a bigger impact. And music specifically for mindfulness is everywhere. You can find it on YouTube, Pandora, Spotify. All you have to do is Google. And through using music-based mindfulness practice can actually be implemented by pretty much anyone. It doesn't have to be something complex. It could be as simple as sitting down, listening to your favorite song, and listening how the melody and the bass line of the drums work together. So, Thank you all. Hope you guys learned something. I had a lot of fun with this. Please let me know if you have any extra questions. I'll be happy to answer them. Have a great day.